Dang, Ronnie, shoes are tough. Those look pretty clean.
Oh, thank you. Just freshly cleaned them with the revamped deep cleaning kit. It's officially out Monday, $24.99. Cleans over 35 pairs of shoes.
Oh, well, that's cool. So I have a question for you. If you could travel in time to any time period, when or where would you go?
It's easy. Tilted Towers, 100-player PvP Battle Royale. You win, you get the dub.
If you could travel in time to any time period, where would you go?
Probably to Jesus this time, just to talk to him, ask him some questions. I feel like that'd be pretty cool to talk to Jesus.
Forward or backward?
Either way.
Oh, I definitely go to the future.
All right. Okay.
Why are we already? We already filming?
No, I'm just asking the question. All right.
Okay.
After how many
If
victory
you-
royales?
Yeah, ask me how many victory royales I've had.
No, listen.
Like 10. Like
If you could travel in time
oh
to any time period, where would you go, or when?
oh, absolutely the 1920s.
Why?
Because of the clothing, the architecture, the music, everything was awesome. And it's before the Great Depression. After, we're in World War I, but not for long, so it's kind of like everybody's happy. There's cars, there's planes, so you got a lot of technology. There you go.
I guess I'd go back to the 70s.
Why?
It's about the era I grew up in. 70s, maybe late 70s, early 80s.
If you could travel to any time period, when or where would you go?
I would go to like the 1920s so I could be a gangster with a Tommy gun.
If you could travel to any time period, when or where would you go?
I would go to England with William Shakespeare. I'd probably go back to like the Bible days and meet Jesus. That'd just be really cool.
If you could travel to any time period, when or where would you go?
That's too hard for me to answer in just a couple of seconds. Any time period. Well, my first thought, of course, is back to the 80s because I had great hair in the 80s. So my second thought would be if I could travel to any time period. Probably the 24th century. Is that when Star Trek takes place? So I could meet William Shatner as, I'm just kidding.
Oh, hello there. I didn't notice you there. So what's the question?
If you could travel to any time period, when or where would you go?
I'll probably go back to when I was a kid because, times were easier back then. Like, I had people who are, alive that are, here now, not here anymore, but I miss them a lot. But, yeah, I'll probably go back to when I was a kid because everything was easier. And, yeah, I wasn't doing my work on time back then, but I do it now because they call me Senior Thesis Boy.
If you could travel to any time period, when or where would you go?
The day that Mr. Snook fell down a mountain.
Dollar Tree Tim's boy, get out of here.
If you could travel in time to any time period, when or where would you go?
I don't know. I like history. There's a ton of places I would go. I can't pick one.
Can you pick a time period though?
As long as I didn't have to go to war, World War I, because I wouldn't want to get blown into tiny pieces. That's a very interesting time in American history. World history.
Nice.